Good evening, yogi, and welcome to day 30 of Bedtime Yoga for better sleep. You don't need any props for this evening's practice, though it does include a standing forward fold. So if you know you're tighter in your hamstrings and you have some yoga blocks or a chair close by, they may help you, and also a kneeling pose and yogi squats. So if you like to use a blanket or cushion in those, have that close by too. So we'll begin, please, in a tabletop pose. As I mentioned, you might choose to use a blanket to cushion your knees. And so tabletop, all fours, when your hips are over your knees and your shoulders are over your wrists. And just have a little bit of intuitive movement here. Just move naturally around with your hips. Let your head move around. You can go forwards, you can go back, you can go side to side. Circle. And then when you're ready, we'll land centered up. Take a deep breath in. Sink your hips back towards your feet with your toes tucked or untucked as you exhale. They don't have to go all the way back, but somewhere in the direction of child's pose. As you inhale, come back up and into cow pose. So belly down, head lifting and tailbone lifting, an arch in your back. You'll come back towards your child's pose as you exhale. A gentle round of your back. Inhale up to cow pose, belly down, tailbone and head up. Exhale, gently round, draw the navel up. So think if you usually do cats and cows, of those same movements, but just in a child pose and cow. Another time, inhale into your arch. And back towards your child's pose. Now we'll come up, and you can either choose to stay here in a tabletop with a gentle lift in the navel to support your low back, or if you like, you can lift your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. And when we're doing bedtime yoga, at least I like to keep my knees quite bent, the heels not all the way up, not lifted on purpose, but also not trying to go down. They're just wherever they land. I'm still strong in my shoulders, so I'm not too relaxed in the shoulders there, but not efforting, not trying to be somewhere, just letting myself hang out upside down for a moment. So hopefully if you find down dog, you can allow yourself to just be, let go of some tension from your neck. And however you get there, we're going to make our way to the middle of the mat, standing on our feet, but still folded forwards. Halfway lift, and this is where perhaps you grab some blocks. You'll come into a forward fold. So if you feel yourself rounding, bring your blocks or your chair under your hands so that you can be supported. And feel a lift in the tailbone. You stretch your legs rather than your back. Please bend your right knee, but keep your left straight. Let the right hip drop lower than the left for an IT band or outer left leg stretch. Take another full breath here. Slow breath out. And we'll stretch your right leg all the way straight. And bend your left knee instead now. The left hip goes lower than the right as you do. Find moderate stretch. And breathe. And we'll come out of this. Step if you wish. Now, if you were using a blanket, you can actually lift your heels up onto your blanket and it'll make the next pose more comfortable. And come into a yogi squat, so hips start to sink down. Now, if it's a really uncomfortable pose for you, you could dangle instead, which is a bent knee forward fold. So either a yogi squat or dangling pose. If you're in yogi squat, your elbows can come inside of your knees, hands resting lightly in prayer. Let your jaw relax and the shoulders. Wonderful. Make your way back up, please, into your forward fold. Lift up halfway, stretch your spine long. And hands back to the floor of the blocks. One more time, bend your right knee, stretch it outside of your left leg again. And we'll stretch that out and switch. Left knee bends, right leg straight. And both equally straight-ish. One more time, you can choose to yogi squat again, or you can bend your knees and dangle. If you're in dangling pose, relax your neck all the way. If you're in yogi squat, your hands are at prayer, crown rising. Now we're going to release to sitting. Bend your knees and come all the way down. If you're in yogi squat, it hopefully isn't too far, but you can reach a hand down to soften your bump on the way down. And you can sit onto your blanket for comfort if you like. We'll take either a cross-legged pose or fire log pose, hip stretched this evening. So start with your right shin in front of your left. Assess if this feels like a stretch. If it does, please hold here. If you feel like going a little deeper, right shin on top of left, please. And if this knee can rest on the ankle, let it do so. If it has a bit of a gap, it's okay. If there's a lot of gaps, you can either work with the gaps or you can come back to your cross-legged seat. That's up to you. Breathe here as you sit tall. And this evening I'm going to take the left hand up, reach, and side body stretch. Right hand to the floor next to you and reach over the top. Lovely. Take another deep breath. And come out of this nice and easy. And I'll switch your legs. So the left shin will come in front, feet quite wide. Or if you prefer, you can stack your left shin directly on top, so your foot's all the way out near your knee if you can. Just make this work for you this evening. If there's lots of gaps, you can always come back a step or work with it or use your blocks. Make yourself comfortable-ish. Take your right hand up to the ceiling and side body stretch over the top. Use your left hand to support you. Maybe even your left elbow is down on the floor. Maybe your block is handily there for you. Just breathe in. Letting go of tension from the right side of your body and your right hip. Wonderful. Come on out, please, yogis. You can stretch your legs straight out in front of you and be perched on your blanket if you like. We'll slide the right foot back in towards you. Take your left hand to it, or left elbow around to the knee, that is. And twist to the right. Your right hand finds a spot behind you. And just turn your head side to side this evening, so not only getting the benefit of a spinal twist, but gently turning your head to stretch your neck. Wonderful. Carefully unwind, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Slide your right foot out and your left one in, sitting tall. Take your right hand or elbow to the left knee and the left hand behind you. Start to rotate. Look back to begin with. Roll the shoulders down and crown up. And begin to turn your head side to side. Fantastic. Unwind yourself from this twist. Extend your left leg back out. We'll bring the right foot back in and into Janushirshasana shape. So this is where your right foot tucks into the inner leg and the knee goes wide. If this feels uncomfy, you can either pop a block underneath there, or you can even have a knee straight up again. And position yourself in such a way that you start to fold forwards from your hips rather than being tucked under with your tailbone. You can rise up and out and start to lean forwards with a pretty straight spine. Let your hands rest on the floor wherever they reach at the first expression of stretch. Now, without changing the shape of your back, you'll point your toes and lift up your chin. Take a big breath in. When you exhale, bring your toes all the way back towards your chest and tuck your chin into your chest without rounding your whole back. And just follow the exhale all the way through to the end. Point your toes, inhale, lift up your chin. Slow and steady breath in. And exhale, bring your toes back. Tuck your chin in close. Linger at the end of that breath. One more time, please, Yogi. Point your toes, lift your chin. Flex back, chin into chest and linger. Now lengthen your entire spine, relax your foot. And if you'd like to fold any further forwards, just through your next exhale and for one more full breath. Let's rise up, please. Extend your right leg all the way out and slide your left one in now to rest on the inside of your right thigh. And remember, your support options are there, or you can have your foot up, foot down and knee up. Position yourself in such a way that the hinge starts from the hips. Even if you are a little bit higher with that, start to move your foot, so foot forwards and chin lifts while you breathe in. As you exhale, your foot comes back towards you and your chin towards your chest. Inhale, point your toes forwards, lift your chin. Exhale, bring your toes back and chin to chest. Another time, please. Linger all the way through the exhale and in the unforced pause at the end of the breath. Now lengthen your entire back. Relax your foot. Stay quite straight in your spine and lean forwards through your next exhale and holding your fold for one more full breath. And you can make your way out of this nice and easy. Bring yourself back into a comfortable cross-legged position. Rest your hands together. And thank yourself for taking time to come to your mat this evening. And let's together breathe in deeply and out. Wishing you a restful night of sleep, Yogi. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this Bedtime Yoga for Better Sleep class. For a whole month of Bedtime Yoga, be sure to check out the series. Until next time, good night.